Hi guys, my name is Sam and I welcome you to Eden Square TV.
My name is Olatoya Forokawunga. Welcome to Eden Square TV.
Hello everyone, I'm Jeon and I welcome you all to Eden Square TV.
Today we'll be talking about the topic turning 30. As you all know, turning 30 comes with a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
Anxiety, fear, excitement, depression, expectations and all that and everything. So we will be dissecting this topic thoroughly. But first of all, let's go on a short break. We'll be back to talk more about this topic.
Yeah.
Stay with us. Welcome guys. Like we said, we'll be talking about the topic 2030 and I have my guys here. I want to chip in something. First of all, before I actually thought before 30, I would have 2 children, a wife, a car, a house, and I'll be already set up. At least not overly set up, but to an extent, you see, I will run my pay.
That's a good plan, bro. That's a good plan.
As we all know, people Nigeria is you can. It's actually more difficult to pull those kind of stuff. You understand?
What exactly? Sorry, what exactly are you saying?
I'm saying, I think setting the limits or the benchmark at 30 is kind of like putting pressure.
Yeah, I feel like it's encouraging.
No. See, what I think is it creates this kind of like illusion that if you have not done something to an extent before you turn 30, you are a failure. Even people that have done something tangible feel like they are not doing enough because they're almost 30. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The people feel like they have not done enough, even when they've actually done something. You can't actually just, you can't say 30 if you have not done something before 30 is your 30. I cannot blame people.
Yeah.
People are trying their best.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's not a bad idea not to have something tangible before 30.
I'm saying that if you've done something a little bit, at least a little bit, you are alive. You are trying. As long as you are trying your best, you are working hard.
Yeah.
No matter how little what you've done is, you should be thankful. You should be grateful. You should be proud of what you've done. But our realities are different.
Sure.
All fingers are not. You cannot expect somebody that grew up in a family or in a house where the father and the mother's total income is $1 million, 1 million naira in a month. You cannot expect the person to have the same 20s or the same life, to live the same life as someone whose parents' both income is not even up to 30,000 naira a month.
That's what I'm saying. Strive. They already know what's going on. They already know what's going on. So their life has to be different from their parents. They have to, if he have to know his mistake or how his father lived his life at his young age.
Do you know?
Better for him.
Do you know Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, whatever, those guys, those people we think. Elon Musk, for example. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, Abby. When did he get it right? Do you know that his father? Do you know his father and his mother had gold mines in South Africa?
Now, they are talking about Elon Musk. Zuckerberg. How old were Zuckerberg?
Did you know that these people were well-to-do kids? Their parents were rich.
How old were
Bill Gates' father was rich.
Do you know Zuckerberg's background? Do you know his background?
You cannot compare.
You know his background? Do you know his background?
You cannot compare these guys to you. I know where I'm coming from.
Okay, now
I know where I'm coming from.
Okay.
I know how I have to see what these people get at the snap of their fingers. You understand? It's something somebody has to work extra hard for years to achieve.
So does it mean you should now settle for mediocrity?
You are not settling for me.
Because we are not talking.
You are not settling.
Everybody talent. And everybody when they are party, they are not achieving anything. Or they are actually losing
everybody cannot.
Now,
there are
different ways.
Everybody cannot. Look, there are people who do 2 times what we do.
Okay.
And they don't even have half of what we have. Should we say they are not hardworking enough?
Sometimes, my brother, it's not all about hard work. Hard work without knowledge is what? It's a wasted effort.
Listen.
I know what I'm saying.
Listen, people have this. I'm talking about people who have the same knowledge. Let's take for instance. I didn't want to use this instance for. Okay, let's just say people who do tech. You learn tech in your early 20s and started your journey in tech.
Okay.
Now, somebody else learns tech the same period you learn tech. Started his journey also in tech.
Okay.
You cannot tell me the way life is wired, the way reality is. Both of you will not get jobs at the same time.
Yeah.
You will get jobs you might get jobs for you. You understand? You might even know more than what he does. But he is lucky enough. Listen. Let me even use myself. Let me use myself as an example. Let me use myself.
Why is successful than B?
Let me use myself as an example.
Together.
I know one is lagging.
Yes, one is lagging.
And the other one is doing more.
One is not being focused in a particular area.
I will always say it.
You must sit down and check where you are getting it wrong.
Go and look at the life of this young fella.
Do you know
TikToker. He's not a TikToker.
Yes, he is.
Is he educated?
No.
What did you think he was doing that got him there?
He's a content creator now. He creates content online on TikTok. And now see him today.
Creates content online on TikTok. What is the content whatever it is? What is he creating exactly?
Bro, that is everybody has their own.
What exactly is he creating? Was it not the same guy that was telling people to leave TikTok and not do 30 days challenge?
It may not be the same. It may not be. What was I saying? It may not be as it is to you.
What these guys are. See, you cannot call people fooling on social media. Some people are fooling on social media, calling it content.
But are they making it or not?
Yeah.
Is that something you should be proud of? Is that something worth celebrating? You see people.
You celebrate the success, bro. Nobody want to know how you think struggle. Now your success, celebrate.
Okay.
Nobody can celebrate your hard work.
Nobody wants to. Basically, you are saying that even if you have to go into fraud, even if you have to do something illegal, just do it so that by the time you are 30, you will be able to say you've achieved something in your life.
Okay, now. Wait. I understand what you're saying, but let me not break it down for you. Now,
I'm just
if you are saying, yes, now, I'm going to answer you.
You are telling me it is okay.
I'm going to answer you. Not everybody doing that same fraud will make it till they after
you just answer. You are just supported my points now.
If you feel like
when I said I didn't want to use that point before.
Yeah.
I stopped, but now you have used it. Now,
if you feel like I'm supporting you,
some people
they're not doing fraud.
And I will not be lucky as others. I will not make it a fraud.
Yeah.
Before they are 30.
No, that is what I'm telling you.
And some might not even make it in fraud until after that. Some might not even make it in fraud at all.
So that's why I'm telling you that you need to hustle before that 30. Now, when you go, let me imagine now, he goes into fraud. He goes into fraud.
Was not hustling.
He goes into
fraud. We're not hustling. They were not doing. They were just.
Let me make an example for you. He goes into fraud.
Do you know how many?
It doesn't work for him. Will you stay when something's not working? Will you stay there?
No way.
No. That's why you have to start early, so you will know what works for you before you
think I didn't start.
That's personal growth.
You think most people that in their 30s and have not made any years. Sorry.
Yeah.
You are telling me most of them didn't start early.
Okay, now look at this person.
Do you know what?
How many times?
I was talking about
that make board. Do you know how many times he tried before he made that board?
Yeah. Do you know that some people are very, very unfortunate that no matter how much they try, You will say, oh, shit, be on, don't jump you. I'm sorry. Some people are like that.
See, if you continue having this mentality, we will continue having lazy youth outside. If we continue having this mentality, we will continue having more lazy youth outside.
What I'm saying is
everybody wants to be relaxed.
Yeah. Circumstances may make it look like you are not doing enough.
You're not doing enough. Yeah.
Look at the country we are living today.
Yeah.
Somebody studying law in Nigeria.
Okay.
Finish secondary school at 16. Look for admission for 3 years before eventually getting admission. That's 19 Abi.
Yeah.
He's even lucky to get admission before 20.
Yeah.
He gets admission at 19. He gets to university, has to strike.
Nice.
That's not problem. That's not circumstance.
Yeah.
Has to strike, at least has to strike like 3 to 4 times.
You know.
Something that was supposed to use 5 years.
You know, 7 years.
7, 8 years. Now, the person finished from university, I think your best age 25.
Yeah.
Let's just be generous, 25. Person goes to law school. Ó ti súnmọ́ 30 àbí. Ó lọ law school. Ó ṣe kíní. Ó pass it back. Àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Meanwhile, somebody in USA became an attorney, like what they call lawyer.
Yeah.
Somebody in USA became an attorney at 23. What happened there? Circumstances, environments.
Yeah.
There are some circumstances there are some factors that will limit you. It will limit your achievement. It's not because you are lazy. It's not because you are not serious with your life. It's because that environment is built in a way to make your efforts not reflect.
Okay, now
Let me finish. People are working. People are doing. They are trying their best.
Yeah.
A shoemaker like me now, I have to think of electricity first. Raw material.
Yeah.
I will collect job. NEPA will chop my eye. How much is fuel per liter?
No, man.
How much is fuel per liter? Material and cost of leather and everything.
Yeah.
Let's say normally I was supposed you are supposed to buy these things. Let's say cheap. Let's say fuel is cheap, 200 per liter.
Yeah, 200.
Now I want to work. I say I buy 2,000 for Abi.
Yeah.
She work for me. She complete all my jobs for a day. Let's just say for a day at least. Now, but then fuel is now almost 1,000 naira per liter.
Yeah.
I have to buy like 5,000 naira.
Yeah.
On top how much profits? And you expect me to be able to grow.
So
I will pay electricity bill. I will buy fuel, transportation, everything is there. And you are trying to act blind. You are trying to.
So should that be a limiting factor?
Let me give you what you have said.
You are trying to be blind to the fact that there are some circumstances that you cannot evade them.
Let me give you what you have said.
You need to approach yourself.
I just want
to change mindset.
Don't deny the fact that people are privileged.
Yes,
now,
you understand that.
Now,
the chances, right? I understand the chances.
Listen to what I have to say now. So all what he has said.
Yeah.
Now he made 2 examples.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, he said someone in Nigeria studied blah blah blah, also tried blah blah blah, right?
Sure.
Then he now made an example of someone in
the US.
Yeah. At the age of 23.
Yeah.
As in, let me say they started at the same time as in, Abi?
Yeah.
So now, that is US. This Nigeria. Yeah. We were black.
Yeah.
The way black are wired is not the same way
the whites are
wired. Mm-hmm. We are wired to work harder than those people.
Why are we wired to work harder than those people?
I'm not God. I'm not God.
It's not a matter of
but this is God. Nigeria. This is where we are. This is where Nigeria. This is who we are.
Twice as hard as those people.
This is who we are. This is who we are. This is who we are. So if you want to make it, if you want to have a better life, you have a better future.
It is a no. You cannot say that.
It should be a limiting factor.
Let me tell you something.
I have not landed yet.
Look.
I'm still saying what he has done. I'm trying to scatter what he has said.
They are high in productivity.
I'm trying to counter what he has said.
You understand? There are high productivity.
This thing is here. I want to stretch my leg, but I can't because this thing is preventing me from stretching my leg.
Okay.
And I have to stretch my leg in a way that I cannot spread it out like this.
Yeah.
That's portrait like this.
Yeah.
Now, do you expect me to pretend that this thing is not here? Even if I pretend this thing is not here, I will still not be able to stretch my leg. Now, this is a limiting factor. Can I move it out? Yes, I can.
Mm-hmm.
What if it is concreted, it is cemented into the ground?
You break it.
Now, no, you don't even need to break it.
You break it.
That's why I say knowledge is what?
Break it.
That's why I say knowledge is key.
What if I can't?
Let me even make it easy for you.
What if it's beyond my power?
Now, who has...
Do you know there are some things that are beyond...
Are you super glued to this seat?
Sure.
Are you super glued to this seat?
No.
Can't you move?
You see.
Can't you move?
You are trying to...
You can move, but you don't want to move. You are lazy. You just want to sit down and act like there's nothing happening in your environment. You want to be limited to one. That doesn't work.
I just made a simple example from this position.
Yeah.
Why can't you spread your legs?
I am not saying, let me finish.
Why can't you spread your legs?
You can't
stand up. Why?
Why? Because this represents the country that you're upon.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, are we super glued to
Let me finish now.
Are we super glued to the country?
Let me finish now.
Why can't you spread your legs?
This seat represents the country.
Now, why can't you spread your legs?
Okay.
This thing here represents lack of electricity, lack of job, unemployment, inflation rates, and everything. Now, you think
knowledge is required.
I should stand up and go to another stand. Standing up and go to another means I'm going to another country. Yeah. You think if I can afford to leave the country, I won't leave? She that person will never chop the food.
You come out for
the country.
Okay, now you have said one. Now I'm saying why can't you spread your legs? Why can't you spread his legs? Why can't you spread his legs to stretch it?
Because I just said these factors are something that I cannot control myself.
Now, you said it's at your front. You cannot stretch it. You cannot stretch your leg.
It is not just
your leg.
I am using it to represent the situation of the country.
There's always a way.
Tell me, how do you expect?
Sideways.
Let's start from here. Now, look, we have been function on this matter for long. Now, we have people also that are actually in your own situation. You are saying, okay, these are certain factors that are actually limiting you. But you have people under that your same age brackets that are actually doing fine in that same country.
So what do you have to say about it now?
And also they are passing through the same pain you are passing through.
I talked about luck. First of all.
No, we can't say it's luck.
You can't
say it's luck.
See. Let me tell you
something.
They put in work.
Before the luck came, they had to put in work for the work.
You're telling me that everybody that is outside here on the streets, that has not made it yet, at least.
No, they are putting in the work.
Why has the work?
It will take time. Even Jesus
it will take time. You are still the one saying that he is not saying that that time is killing copy. It will take time.
Now, that is essential. Everything we are doing.
Acting blind.
Why don't you start it earlier? That's what I'm saying. You have to start earlier. You have to.
You have a lot of time now.
Start earlier.
From 18 years.
Adekunle Gold is a very great artist.
From 18 years old.
He's a great musician. Did you know how long he had been grinding before he finally got the recognition?
Thank you. I like the fact you made mention of Adekunle Gold. Oh yeah, now Ayomaf is a what? Adiasta is what? Rema is what?
Look at it from this angle.
Rayon is what?
Look at it from
how old were they when they started?
What stage did?
Do you know when Ayomaf started?
On social media,
do you know when Ayomaf started?
Did a feature with
before the feature. When he was going for all those shows where they all the talents out. Where were you guys? Nobody knew him when he was going for talents out. Nobody knew him then. Until he came to your screen.
These guys are blue after 30.
Until he became mate.
Okay.
Are you trying to tell me that
they are built after 30? It means they must be putting out the works before 30.
But the point is that they blew up after 30.
After 30.
So if we go with what he's saying, it means that their 20s, they were not doing anything.
When I started, before I
we say we should go by what he's saying, during their 20s, they just started and we were not doing anything. Oh, you think if they had the power to blow before 30, they will not have blown before 30? Who wants to be 30 before they
said something before I started. I said
Do you know that
you have to have some achievement. You have to build some things up. You have to have built some things up.
Do you know how many artists?
Yes.
Do you know how many artists underground artists that have been working their ass off, posting on social media,
he said,
dropping music?
Baruch, he said building up takes time.
I want to make a point.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to make a point. Junior.
I'm listening. I'm all ears. Yeah, I'm an artist.
You sing.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want you to take it the other way, Bob. Why haven't you progressed?
Okay, now let me make it clear to you.
Yeah.
Now, I'm an artist. I sing. But you said I haven't blown yet.
Why haven't you progressed?
Now, how many of my unreleased songs have I released?
The ones you've released. Let's focus on the one you've released. Why?
I'm not the type of artist that I just want to like, that's how. I'm doing music because I love music.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many people know? Do you know how many people can sing more than those artists that are out there today?
Yeah.
But have they blown?
Oh, wait.
Exactly. You see, no matter how you want to do this argument, if you just go around the circle like, and see,
I'm so
ends up at the point I'm trying to make.
So you gotta tell me,
you are now admitting now that there are some people that can do better than you are doing, but they are not lucky enough as
it's not about being lucky. They are not there because they may have worked to be successful. How those people have worked.
So you are telling me you are not working hard enough.
I'm working. That's why I'm here today.
Wait now.
That's why I'm here today.
John.
Why? If I was putting in the same energy I'm putting to this thing, to my music,
no.
I would have gone far. I'm not putting in more energy to my music. I just find it like that.
John, listen.
I'm not lazy because I don't decide. It's my choice. It's my choice. It's my choice.
Before you become successful.
He's just trying to like make me argue against myself because I'm not going to do that.
No, I'm not.
I'm not going to do that. I know what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, I'm using your own words against you.
Now, my words are, I'm an artist. I'm not a bloom. Why? Because I didn't choose that part.
Yeah.
I know how to sing. You have the talent. Doesn't mean that you must use that talent.
If it is that easy to make,
I'm working another part. That means I have choices. I have choices.
Yeah.
If I say I want to go to music now, I will focus more on music.
You think those people too that have not don't have choices. Some people, see, let me tell you a story.
Okay.
A man married a woman, and he was planning on opening a supermarket for her. You understand?
Yeah.
She loves to trade. She loves to sell stuff. So like planning on renting a supermarket for her, big one, like something like Just Right and all that.
Yeah.
The wife saw the moves he was making and she called him one day that, Mr. Man, what are you doing? She tells you, have you even asked me what I want? Said, just trying to help you. Said, the man said, I am contented with the minimums I am. I now want something bigger.
Thank God.
Wait.
She's contented.
Wait.
No, that's where she wants. That's where she
let me finish. Let me finish what I am saying.
Wait.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Now, there are situations that can make you not get where you want to.
Okay.
Number one is choice.
Okay.
Some people it's choice. Some people are contented. Some people don't want the flash, like they don't want the
driving to the point.
They just want to.
He's driving to all the point I've made.
They just want to, live a low key life. As long as they can afford a few things, they are fine. Some people don't even want to get married. They don't even want to, be that successful, that much, you understand? Some people are writing themselves off.
Okay.
Because they've tried their best and nothing is showing and they're writing themselves off. You understand? That some people are grinding, working their ass off every day of their life. But one thing is that they have not just been that lucky.
I don't like hearing that lucky.
Okay, let me not use the word lucky. Let me say they have not been blessed enough. Why about the word blessed?
Blessed enough is still fine.
Now, do you think it's just something that you just wake up one day and just like fix yourself like, okay, you know what? I'm 28. Let me just get it right. Just switch it and get it right. No. The way life works, you will see somebody doing the extra mile. You understand? Going extra hard, and not getting the reward for what they're doing. And then you see somebody that's not even doing much. And if you look like, nah, you understand? Privilege. Something where we say, you, as they grow up like this now, you understand? You will pay house rents.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to set up a business now. You understand? You are from poor background. Your parents are not that well to do. You understand? And you have to build your brand from start, from the ground, from scratch. You understand?
Yeah.
Let's say 18, 19, 20, there was nothing. Now, you finally started getting yourself 22, 23, 24. 25, started building your brand and everything. Now, before your brand becomes big enough, you're already 30. You cannot compare yourself to somebody that's from a rich background that just wake up one day and be like, Dad, I need so amount. Not start business. I'm saying it's a good idea. How much do you need? I need 10 million. Father gives him 10 million.
No.
You cannot compare those together.
We are wired differently. I want what we are wired differently. Now, you made... He's always making two examples. And those examples, they are always encouraging to, because I like what he's saying. Do you understand?
They are not encouraging you to be lazy. I need you to accept the fact that
doesn't come from a rich family.
You cannot control.
That doesn't come from a rich family. At least he built himself since when he was younger.
I need you to understand the fact that
he got something before he
cannot control.
Yeah. You understand? He got something before he clocked 30.
You see the movie Acrimony. Yeah. Now, I want us to use Acrimony as best example. Now, this man was building batteries.
I'm not saying you have to be all successful before you clock 30.
Listen.
Certain level of productivity.
Yes. That at least you attain averagely.
The way you are putting it, the way you've been putting it since morning is that you have to have gotten to this point. You didn't say it that at least you have to have done something, even in a little bit.
I say, bro, where is poverty coming from? Because you feel like you have tried and there's not on everything.
Do you know that not being married yet, not having kids yet, doesn't mean that you don't pay your own bills, you don't pay your own rent.
Doesn't mean you cannot marry and you cannot have
answer my question.
Right?
Doesn't mean you don't pay your own bills, you don't pay your own rent.
It doesn't mean that.
You can afford to pay your own bills. You can afford to pay your rent.
Yeah.
You can afford to feed yourself. You can afford to take yourself out once in a while, but you cannot afford to start a family.
But at least you have something.
You cannot afford to start a family.
You have something, right?
So that's.
Let me finish. You cannot afford to start a family.
Okay.
Now, so if society wants to look at...
Now, do you want to be a grandfather before you have your first child?
You're already going...
Do you want to be a grandfather before you have...
Now, you just said it that at least you have to have something. Now, you are not still nullifying the point you just made now.
You have to have something, fine.
Yeah.
That's one I just
having something. Yeah, it's something. But you need more. You know that you cannot stay in that.
You
already have something. Some people don't have it.
Even when you are 40, you will not be ready to get married.
That's what I'm saying.
He sat down like this. Okay, I'll buy something. Let me just sit down and be looking. I'll not do anything. You think everybody...
You said something that some people are contented the way they are. Now,
so
you feel like...
choices now.
Yes, choices. But some people don't have a choice. No matter how
everybody have a choice. You can't tell me that.
No matter
everybody have a choice.
Right?
Everybody have a choice.
You have a number of
believe me on that.
Like the minimum things you actually achieve. You mentioned being able to pay your rent, pay your
it's an achievement for any young person. Not like you're under your parents, they are doing everything for you at the age you are 25,
so if you are able to do that, if you are able to do that now,
under your parents,
while you are at 30, so when will be ready to get married? When will be ready to get a car for yourself? Is it when you are at 40?
Now, you don't...
Not everybody is going to buy cars, but at least they are convenient. They are living a life that they want to live.
I can't control how time works.
You can't control how time works, but you can plan.
My point,
you can make use of how the time works. You can't control it, but you can make use of it.
You can plan. You can plan with time.
You can make use of it.
My people out there to be lazy.
Hey, Oga,
no,
I know what I'm saying.
No,
my point basically is that.
So I can decide to feed myself.
Mr. Sam,
comfortable.
Mr. Sam,
I'm 30.
allow me to talk.
Enough resources to get money and get other things to do.
Let me ask you a question.
No, I want to talk something now.
Let me ask you.
Make us talk.
No, this is reality.
Should I say my mind? Should I say my mind?
See your mind.
Like I said, you cannot control time.
Okay.
Your 20s, work hard. What I'm trying to say is that thinking that when you clock 30, you have not achieved what you set yourself up to achieve by 30, doesn't mean you are a failure. You can still achieve it at 30. You can still achieve it at 33. You can still achieve it at 35, in fact.
But at least you build a foundation.
Calling yourself a failure at 30 is what? Well, that's why I draw the line. 30,
I'm not calling you
30 should not be a limit, or should not be the age that determines if someone has failed or made it in life.
But it should be a limit of calling yourself to order and knowing what you have or not.
People have it up before 30 and lose everything before 30 still.
Yeah.
There are people who have made it at 22 and lost everything at 25.
It's management now.
Management.
It might be what?
It's management.
It might not be mismanagement.
It can be what?
It might be unfortunate. See, you need to understand the fact that in life, there are factors you cannot control.
Management.
You need to understand the fact that in life, there are things you cannot control. There are things that happen beyond. Let's say, for instance, someone who is always doing good. Now, the person is a good person in the neighborhood. Everybody knows that this guy is a good guy. He does everything by the book. He makes sure he doesn't do anything. He tries to be as pure as ever. Now, that kind of person, you would think, this kind of person, good thing is supposed to happen to all this. Then one day, he has 2 children. One day, he sends those children on an errand to get something for him. And as they come back, motor jam both of them, they die. It's very tragic. What has he done to deserve that kind of thing? What he done to kill all this shit? So shake up. So
I can't tell.
Creator how much you are.
I can't tell.
You cannot tell. Because it is something beyond his control.
People can disguise.
You cannot control the way life.
You can disguise to be good.
You cannot control God. Stop acting like you don't understand what I'm saying. You want to tell me that there are no bad people that are enjoying life?
So only people enjoy life. What about the good ones?
Are you going to tell me they are not good ones that are enjoying life?
You are intentionally misunderstanding my words.
Are they not good ones enjoying life too?
You are intentionally misunderstanding my words, Mr. Sam. I'm trying to make a point here. What I'm saying is that the fact what happened to children was something he cannot control. You cannot control the way. You said it's an accident.
Accidents now.
You cannot control.
Unplanned.
It's unplanned. It's unplanned.
Unplanned.
Can you tell if you walk out of this place and get to the can you tell what will happen there? You can't. Because you cannot control how life comes at you.
The reason why I was saying
let me finish. Let me
the reason I was saying this was the example that you stated that everything you unusual masses can actually go all of a sudden. That what you amass has to do with what? Wealth. Wealth can actually come and also go based on what mismanagement.
You know what? I think no matter
see the principle of life is very
how I try to make you understand.
It's very easy and simple, but
I'm not even trying to argue issue. I'm trying to make you guys understand to see from that perspective. But seems like no matter.
But you're not saying from one perspective. Your perspective is
trying to be biased now.
I'm not saying I'm not seeing it from your perspective. I've seen it from your perspective. But I'm trying to make you understand one point, one fact. Just one fact. Just one fact. Or let's just say two facts. Which, if you look at it, is still the same thing. Circumstances and factors that are beyond your control. Somebody plays Bet Naija, a 20-year-old plays Bet Naija, wins 50 million naira, right?
Yeah.
Now, it looks like this money is much. If I don't spend this money wisely, I'll lose everything.
Okay.
Now, that 50 million naira, he invests 30 million naira into a business. 3 years later, the business is still in place. He has gotten out of poverty for life. He thinks. Then one day, something happens. He built a factory. Let's say he built a factory. The factory is producing tons of plastic stuff, whatever. One day, he gets it. Let's not even go that far. He starts a fabric business. He gets a warehouse. He's importing clothes from China or from Turkey, from Switzerland, and he's selling. He's making tons of money every year.
Yeah.
Then one day, the fire happens. Burns out everything he has in his warehouse. It's back to square zero.
Now,
That's where.
Let me finish.
That's where.
You guys, let me finish.
I will not explain to you why I made that.
All these things happened when he was 28.
Okay, good.
Now, as a person, if we are going by his own analogy,
Yeah.
he has 2 years left before he's 30.
Yeah.
If he does not try and gets back everything he has lost before 30, he has failed. That thing that happened to him, was it something he could have controlled?
Yeah. Yes.
So,
let me not
the
tell you.
fire that happened,
And I stand to say yes.
you cannot be too careful in life.
Okay.
No matter how you are careful enough, it doesn't mean that
Now,
I'm still going to say yes.
now,
You as an entrepreneur, that you're venturing into such a business, whatever business, whatever.
Insurance.
Yes,
Let's talk about insurance.
yes. I'm talking about insurance.
insurance
To
is
that
one.
level.
Two.
To that level that they have built that business and you don't have an insurance coverage. As an
Apart from
entrepreneur,
insurance,
that's a no. That's
why will you
mismanagement.
put, now,
That's
apart
a
from
mismanagement.
insurance, why will you put
No
all your
financial
eggs
knowledge.
in one basket?
So sometimes now we.
Why will you put all your eggs in one
losses
basket?
What if that 30 million naira? That is the only business you can do at that point.
Now, you said after some few years, he saw the business was flourishing.
Yes,
when
now.
the business was flourishing, why can't you think of something else that you can do, no matter how small it is again, to just complete?
Put all your eggs in one basket.
Do you think having income from just a source of income is okay as a young person? If you are working towards financial freedom,
Having one source of income
you think it's okay?
that is paying you.
Now you are fine.
Wait,
You are fine with it.
wait. I want to know. Having one source of income.
Now,
Is it not good enough?
it's good enough, but you have to also invest. You have to be smart.
Wait.
Before life come
Wait.
out, life
Wait.
cannot come out to you in 5
Having
different places at
one
the same
source
time.
of income. Is it good enough? Yes or no? Is
It's
it
okay.
not a good thing?
It's okay.
Why does somebody
okay.
in their 20s have to have 4 sources of income?
Because you are being smart. You are trying to
The
invest.
environmental factor, opportunity.
No, you just said this kind of thing.
We talk about environmental factors.
Yes.
That's why you need to have 4 sources of income
Yeah.
to be able to survive. Abi?
Yeah.
Environmental factors like what?
And you spoke about now.
Like what? Mention them.
Like, for instance, the one you spoke about, what's it called? Poverty. It's part of them. The electricity and the rest.
Can you control electricity?
Yes, now we can.
Can you control electricity?
Now,
We can.
you are talking about control
Yes,
and electricity.
When you get home to stay and there's no lights, go outside
We'll call them.
and shout, let there be lights.
Let there be light cannot work. You need to be reasonable. Let's be plain. Now, if you want to control electricity, you have to have a gen
Yes, now.
whereby you can buy for and bring light to your
I'm
house.
not talking about that. I'm talking about the main electricity. Can you control the main electricity?
Now,
Is
who
it
can control the main
is it
electricity
everybody
in
that
the
can
world?
afford generator?
This economic system.
Oh my God, they are just taking me back. They are taking me back.
I don't think, see, you are not accepting the fact that
What I'm saying, I never said not having any, how you gonna say it? There's how you put it. That I'm trying to make you understand something.
you
Now,
know what?
I'm not saying after the age of 30, maybe you're not really financially buoyant, you're a failure. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But have something that is making you live.
Yeah, like
you are comfortable. Exactly.
Like
from the beginning of this show, you made it look like if by 30 you don't have these things, you are failing. I was trying to make a point that 30 doesn't have to be the limit.
30 don't have to be the limit, but it has to be
I was trying to make a point that it can be until you are 33 before you make it to. You can make it before 30.
Now, as you're making the same caution, you can also be 40,
you are now saying that
and you have not made it.
You are not saying that. You are not
so
saying
what
that.
do you have to say about that one?
I'm saying that it's okay to be lazy. Me, I am saying it's okay to not
relax.
Let me don't put words into my mouth.
Okay.
I'm saying that it is okay
not to pressure yourself to have more to be a better person.
Let me finish. Don't put words into my mouth for God's sake.
You're already saying it that way.
No.
I'm just trying to interpret what you have said.
No. It is okay not to be hard on yourself. If you are 30 and you've done everything you could, and it is not the way you planned it to be by 30.
Should you now relax?
You are not going to relax.
Okay,
of course, you are going to continue working hard
until you're 100.
Can you let me finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Of course, you're going to keep working hard.
Yeah.
You keep grinding.
Yeah.
Because there is time. You can make it at 31. You can make it at 32. You can make it at 35. Do you know why? But don't write yourself off because you're already 30. That is the point I'm making.
If it's for that aspect.
Don't write yourself off because you are already 30. You can make it at 35.
Yeah.
People, there's this statement, I forgot now it is. Ẹni tí ò ní láàárọ̀, ó lè ní lọ́sàn, ó lè ní lọ́jọ́ alẹ́. Èèyàn ní láàárọ̀, kó sọnù lọ́jọ́ ọ̀sán, kó máa bàtà lẹ́. Èèyàn ní rọ̀lẹ́, kó máa bàtà lẹ́. Èèyàn ní látàárọ̀ títí dalẹ́. Èèyàn ní lálẹ́. Èèyàn ní nírọ̀lẹ́ tó máa bàdálẹ̀, èèyàn ní lọ́sàn tó máa bàdálẹ̀. These are different kinds of reality.
So life happens.
People have different realities. The fact that you are the smartest, you think Elon Musk, you think God cannot look at Job in the Bible.
Yeah.
What did he not have? He was rich, right?
Yeah.
What happened to everything? He lost everything, right?
Yeah.
Was Job not smart enough?
He was.
What happened to him? Things that I couldn't watch.
Now, let me break it down for you.
Things that I couldn't watch.
Control that were beyond him.
But let me make it for you.
Wait,
now, before that
let's go on a short break. Let's go on a short break. Guys, let's go on a short break. I'll be back to continue this discussion. Stay with us, please.
That's true.